Welcome to Dear God Help Me, I Need Experience, the VGC laddering show where I try rental teams in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Or should I say, the VGC laddering show where I try rental teams in Pokemon Showdown. So, this week's going to be the first week of Regulation H videos. And with that, we're going to use probably the most well-known team from the format. Marco Silva's LAIC Toronto Sun Team. Marco Silva needs no introduction, clearly top 2 best players of all time. Top 1 if you don't think Wolfie is the best. Marco Sun, the Sun team that won LAIC, the Sun team that almost won Toronto. Like, do we need to talk that much about it? You've got the Ghost-type Charizard, Terra. Nailed it. It'll Terrestrialize a Ghost, it'll use the Choice Specs and Solar Power to output so much damage, and to enable the Sun that activates Solar Power, you've got Torkoal and Jumpluff. Torkoal is your primary setter, it'll use the Jetpack to switch out as often as possible, and you have Jumpluff, a Pokemon that can use the Sun, and can also set the Sun. If you can get a Sunny Day or a Drought off, then you have Chlorophyll Jumpluff that's clicking Sunny Day, well, it's not clicking Sunny Day in the Sun, but you get the point. It's clicking Sleep Powder, Rage Powder, Tailwind. It does a lot for supporting the team. Now, the team can't just go fast. That's too rigid. That's why we have Porygon and Ursaluna, who form a really tight Trick Room core that can end up being paired with the Tailwind core, because if you're looking at the screen, that Ursaluna has a bit of speed on it. And to round things off, you have the best Pokemon of all time, Incineroar. A little bit of offensive investment so that it can use Flare Blitz in the Sun to pick up massive damage. Now, a team like this is really intuitive. It really doesn't need all that much explaining, if I'm being real. So, instead of talking a ton, let's leave it there and get to work. That's the wrong team. Chat. Something we're getting leaked here. This is not the right team, but we're playing anyways. Holy, I didn't notice that till the battle started. We're gonna speedrun. We're gonna quick play this. It's my rain team that I've been playing. Espathra was kind of spooky. So is Smeargle. What I'll do is I'll lead. Rillaboom and Mungus is not a bad lead here. I can bring Pelipper, Archaludon, or Basculegion in the back. Probably Basculegion since it moves a bit quicker. Spoiler alert, this is almost definitely the team that I'm going to bring to the October Grand Challenge. So, if you're interested in that type of thing, that's a leak in the information. Don't spoil it to anyone. Ever. No excuses. Anywho, turn 1, we've got some interest on turn 1. I can fake out Smeargle or I can Bullet Seed it. In my opinion, Bullet Seed is the play. And then you just go straight for the Spore on Smeargle, since it's not likely to fake out if it's doing nothing. Final Gambit. What the heck? For the record, this account's on very, very much low ladder. It's the first game on the account. I'm trying to figure out what happened there. That's unfortunate for them. It's not Intimidate Crocodile, so you might argue that they're in a tough position. To capitalize on the position a little bit more, I'm just gonna ignore the Crocodile a little bit. By setting up the rain here, I avoid getting knocked out by Flare Blitz pretty quickly. Boom. Both of their Pokemon are asleep. I don't see how they're going to win this. There's absolutely no switch in for Weather Ball. I can just get a Mungus off the field to get a little bit more HP on it. Bye-bye Incineroar. Now Crocodile is trapped on the field. This game is effectively over. What I'll do here is I'll probably just go Weather Ball, Bullet Seed into the Crocodile slot. They do get to move first. That's annoying. Is it Scarf? Flinch, annoying. But I do get the Weather Ball off. Critical hit, KO, that definitely mattered. But with that, I can confidently say the game has no chance of going any further. Boom, I won. Yippee! I'll see you for the actual Battle 1 in a second. Battle number 1. So, for this video, we're going to be doing probably 3 battles plus that little leak. So, we're facing a hard Trick Room team, a team that features Sun, and a team that's really damn scary. But base Jumpluff could put a few key Pokemon to sleep, depending on how they play the game. So, my thought is if I put Jumpluff in the front, I could probably win the game pretty quickly if I shut them out of Trick Room. That being said, I find that to be a pretty uncomfortable lead. In theory, if I led Porygon Incin with Charizard, maybe Charizard in the back, ooh, I don't mind that. Do you guys see the vision? I don't see the vision, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. If I bring Charizard in the back, I'm going to lose to Psy Spam. I'm probably going to lose pretty consistently. What I'll do here is I'll bring Torkoal Ursaluna in the back as a good way to combat against the Psy Spam and against the fact that they want to go into Trick Room pretty much every single time. We get the attack boost on Porygon. That's not ideal at all. it displayed the specs for a second there. You saw that, right? So they can't consistently set Trick Room here, since I'll always just go Trick Room and knock off into Armor Rouge. And if they're clicking anything but Trick Room, we are in a tough position. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. Power move. Oh wait, yeah, I have the power. That Incineroar is turbo speed. Holy moly. What I'll do is I'll Ice Beam into Armor Rouge, pivot in Ursaluna. I want to get that Flame Orb activated as quickly as possible. Chips that down. Meteor Beam doesn't do enough damage. Porygon moves second. Oh, that is rough. I'm going to just knock out that E.I.D.I.L then. Bye-bye. This feels good. I like this. Yeah, okay. I've shut them out of Trick Room pretty effectively. I've got my Ursaluna online. And if they have anything but Torkoal Jumpluff in the back, not Jumpluff, Lilligant in the back, then I win. And with that, I've effectively won this game. And yes, I'm calling it a bit early, but like, come on, what can they do here? They're probably just gonna protect Ursaluna, but if they don't protect Ursaluna, then I'm getting some extra damage with the Earthquake. They don't keep their Ursaluna exposed, which makes sense. They're trying to get any out that they have, and in this case, that's the way to do it. But the game's over. I won. It was just too much to come back from when you get shut out of Trick Room. That's not bad at all. You get to see the rating down there if you're interested. Awesome. That's not bad at all. So I'll see you for Battle 2. We're facing another team that, generally speaking, wants to be in Trick Room, which means we can play more or less the same game plan. If I effectively shut them out of Trick Room, I would rather have Charizard and Torkoal in the back as opposed to Ursaluna, especially since the Glade has probably Sacred Sword, which is going to pick up Ursaluna in 2 hits minimum. With that in mind, I'm going to adjust slightly and bring Charizard Torkoal in the back, since I can go Terra Ghost and try to beat King Gambit with Terra Fighting, which is way more effective than bringing Torkoal in the back with Ursaluna, who can't really do a ton. I've got another attack boost on Porygon. That's really unfortunate. Almost definitely because of the Psychic Seed. But given the position, I'm just going to Trick Room and probably Parting Shot, maybe. Ooh, Parting Shot does not look bad at all, actually. Yeah, if I go Trick Room, Parting Shot into E.I.D.I.L, that's not bad at all. They follow me. Parting Shot into E.I.D.I.L. This is how I bring Charizard to the field, who will tank any fighting type moves going into it. They didn't do the thing. That's really annoying. I kind of assumed instinctively that they weren't going to give up on Trick Room that quickly. Like, I assumed they're just going to go for it. Rip it, since they have Gastrodon and Armor Rouge and stuff like that in the back. But no, they didn't even pay it. I'm going to Trick Room again, and I guess I'm going to Torkoal. If they reset Trick Room, then so be it, but I can deal with that. That's a lot of damage, holy. We're out of Trick Room, we're not dealing with that. I'm probably giving up on saving Torkoal here, but, like, so be it. So be it. I mean, I've left Porygon completely vulnerable the whole time. Why'd they overheat? Not overheat, I'm sorry, Wide Guard. That doesn't seem particularly smart. You know, that didn't work even almost as good as I wanted it to. Okay, here's the thing, though. They can't really do much if I'm knocking out their whole team. So, let's just attack that way. I can knock out Glade for Scherzies, unless they follow me. But if they follow me, they're not going to Wide Guard. So it just kind of comes down to what I think I need and how I think I can get the KOs quickly. Given the position, I think Terra Blast, probably Weather Ball, is not a bad play, since I'm probably going to pick up most targets if they follow me. Yep, that should be enough. Sacred Sword. That does enough? Holy! This Glade is built on crazy mode. And E.I.D.I.L survived? Oh my lord. This game is looking Jover and Jover and Jover every single turn. It's not getting better. Surely I outspeed the Glade. Surely. I mean, does it matter if I outspeed the Glade? That's the real question. I want to Terra Blast here, probably go Ghost, and then probably just Flare Blitz, honestly. Let's just get damage. I want them to miss... Oh, I forgot about the speed order. Sacred Sword, Sacred Sword, Sacred Sword, Sacred Sword. Yeah! You would. You know, I'm picking up solid damage, so... And they've also lost their Psychic Terrain, so even though it's a scuffed game, it's definitely a game that's going in my direction. At least a little bit. I mean, I still feel the Psycho Cut or whatever it is. Psychic Cut, one of them moves. And I've already popped my Terrestrialization as well, so I am slightly disadvantaged here. That being said, I don't see King Gambit escaping this. Oh, I did not need to do that. That's really bad. Because now I'm taking free... Oh, Trick Room, okay. No, that's pretty good from them, actually. That's smart. I might as well Terra Blast Flare Blitz again. Like, I have no choice but to try and make it happen. Like, if I survive a Kowtow Cleave, we're in business. And it's very possible that I will. I wouldn't bet on it, but it's definitely possible. I didn't survive. Spoiler alert. Yeah, this game's over. That thing one-shots? It's Clear Amulet, not Life Ward. What the hell? That's crazy. Might as well overheat, but they're just gonna Sucker Punch, so if there was a way for me to catch an overheat, then great, but like, yeah, there's just nothing to be done there. That Delay did so much damage, and I got so many turns wrong as well. Wow. That sucks. I'll see you for the next one, though. Final battle, and it's going to be a tough one at that. Let me tell you, it is going to be difficult. We're facing a Sand team. And nothing sucks more than a Sand team when you want the sun up. That's not actually true. A Rain team would suck more, but we're not going to talk about that. I pretty much have to lead Incineroar here because it's just so good against a majority of these Pokemon. Torkoal in the front's not a high risk, but it's not hard to believe that they're not going to lead Tyranitar here, so let's just assume Tyranitar's in the back and thus leave Torkoal in the back. If I put Charizard with Torkoal Jumpluff in the back, I can probably sweep them and shut them down using Jumpluff and Charizard respectively. Mirror Armor flips the Intimidate. That's annoying, but like, what do you do? I can fake out Corviknight, but I'm not sure how high impact that is. What I could do is I could just switch Torkoal in to go Terra Ghost and then Heat Wave. Actually, what's Terra Ghost doing for me though? That's an oopsie and a half right there. Oh my lord. And I had the slower switch, so I'm probably cooked off turn 1 actually. Okay, so I tanked that attack pretty well. And since T-Tar wasn't here turn 1, it isn't getting anything out of this turn either. I'm just gonna double switch here actually, because I'm guaranteed to lose if I'm guaranteed to lose if Charizard gets knocked out here, since it is basically all of my damage right now. And the reality is, if they're doubling into Torkoal, then it's gonna go down to pretty much every move I can click. So I might as well keep both of them safe and just go for the double. Okay, I can reduce Tyranitar's damage. Bullet Punch does a little bit. They're just going for the Rock Slide. Damn. They've got it. They've got it all on tap. That's very annoying. What I can do is I can fake out Lucario to take the knockout, and then Sunny Day. Actually, I don't think I need to do that, because I can go fake out Tailwind. I'll still move before Tyranitar. And if they take any knockouts this turn, then I'll have guaranteed Sun with Charizard on the next turn, which is a humongous advantage to have. I'm not sure that even Helping Hand, Overheat, and the Sun will knock out, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Cool, Tailwind goes up. Do they Rock Slide? Yes, they do. It does a fair bit. For my effort, I get to bring Charizard in and switch Incineroar out to try and take a knockout, probably with Weather Ball or Heat Wave. It doesn't really matter. Heat Wave will do damage to both, but there's always a risk that they no, even if they paralyze me, I should be fine. Yeah, I think we Ball and go for the burn or something like that. It gets Sandstorm. I got a burn, just not in the right one. That's game. Instantly, I can tell you that much. It's so far out of it. Wow. I'm not good at this team. I kind of want to play one more. I think I will, actually. Yeah, let's do it. One more. That is so messed up. What the hell? Is this like the punishment for that episode with the Kyogre team where I played 3 Caradons in a row? Is that what's going on here? Like, come on. Do I gotta play 3 different teams that are gonna cook me up? Come on. It's a tough matchup, but it's not unwinnable, and I can definitely find ways to do this. With Jumpluff Jumpluff Instant in the front should give me at least the opportunity to hard switch or parting shot and set up Tailwind. That gets Charizard in motion. You know what? I have an idea. It's a spin-off of the same idea from last game. In this situation, if they're leading Pelipper, then I'll either bring Torkoal in or I'll set Sunny Day manually, either. It's not so important which one. But with Fake Out Pressure and Weather in the back, I should be able to find a way to capitalize on the position a little bit more. Given the circumstances, honestly, I do fear Ice Spin or Dragonite, but if that's what's gonna lose me the game, then so be it. I'm willing to gamble a little bit on the Fake Out going first, since I'm pretty sure my Fake Out went my Intimidate went second, so it's very possible that they're just gonna Fake Out Incineroar and call it a day. I mean, that doesn't mean that, given the circumstances, there's not a lot more Incineroar can do here. If they're faking out Incineroar, then I might as well have been clicking Fake Out on the off chance that they're not clicking it. Like that. Watch. Boom. I hit my Sleep Powder. That's massive. From here, I'm going to set up Tailwind, Parting Shot, Dragonite. At -1, I doubt that their Incineroar can actually... Oh, it's a speed tie. That's really annoying. I might as well just bring Incineroar... Oh, not Incineroar, sorry, Charizard in. They parting shot my Incineroar. That's annoying. Well, it's now a Charizard, but you get the point. That means they're probably bringing, like... Yeah, something like Sneasler in makes a lot of sense. With a Tailwind up, though, I can go for a Sleep Powder, pivot Incineroar straight back in, and that really kind of shuts down the Dragonite. 2 turns of sleep on it, but at -2, even if it's using Ice Spinner, there's a real shot it just won't KO. It's also very possible that it just doesn't have Ice Spinner and that I'm in a good position, but I just need to keep a hold of a good place. E-Speed, that's not going to do anything. It's Life Orb. That seems a bit wasteful, to be completely honest. Given the position, I can now fake out into Dragonite for that one to not move. So I can probably just do a more or less the same play again. In this case, I'll be faking out Dragonite to deal with the threat of a potential Ice Spinner, though if they were going to click Ice Spinner, they would have clicked it years ago. That being said, it doesn't hurt to cover that option. If I'm putting Incineroar to sleep, that could be a massive advantage. P2 to the field, okay. They get the attack boost, I'd like to see that. Sleep. Cool, so it's safety goggles, good to know. So that means I can Sleep Powder into Porygon and knock off into Porygon. They could just fake out, actually. Okay, well, if they fake out into Jump Off, it does nothing. So what I can go do is I can go Sleep Powder, Terra Ghost, knock off into Porygon. And then next turn I'll hard switch probably to whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Sleep Powder, put Porygon to sleep. Important. That's the Eviolite on Porygon dealt with. From here, I do need to get some turns right and start making a difference. What I can do is I can Tailwind switch to Torkoal. And if they parting shot my Incineroar again, then that'll be in a really bad position. Since I've done that multiple times now, I'll take that. Turn 1 Wake Up's frustrating, but with Tailwind and Sun Up, it's not a bad position. Not a bad position at all. Since I can bring my Charizard in, I'm pretty sure the combination of... well, Torkoal's not moved next, so... I'm going to need to focus on getting good plays in. We know all 4, actually, so they can't unset Weather. That's important. So I can Weather Ball into... Well, here's the thing. Do I need to... Let's simplify the situation. By Weather Balling into Incineroar, I'll pick up solid damage. But importantly, I can overheat the Porygon slot, and that's going to do decent. Parting shot into Charizard, it's not great, but that's a free switch into what? Sneasler? Yeah. Not a big deal. I'm picking up 50% of their Dragonite and getting a free switch to Incineroar. That's massive. That'll slow down the Pokemon that matter most. If they have Fake Out on Sneasler, then they can use that right now to make a big difference in the game. Alternatively, they can Protect. That being said, there's not really a lot they can do if I attack the Dragonite slot so aggressively. So what I'll do is I'll just parting shot Sneasler since it's just not threatening me that much. Let's see it. I'm pretty sure this will knock out. E-Speed, good damage. Weather Ball moves next. It knocks out Dragonite. Good to see. I parting shot Sneasler, that's really good to see. Torkoal to the field. Throat Chop does nothing. They're not trapped with Sneasler yet, but I'm slowly whittling it down to the point where it's just not very good. What I can do here is I can reduce their damage even further. Eruption's just not going to do that much damage, honestly, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to overheat into Incineroar. I don't have the Eject Pack anymore, but I really don't know that I need it if I can get a parting shot or a sack on my Incineroar. It's not going to matter which one it is. Ideally, a parting shot would be better since I'll get another fake out of it. But they expose their Porygon 2, and they lose the use of their fake out. Good to see. This actually is a really, really strong position for me. One turn of Sun, I need to capitalize. Throat Chop is threatening me a lot. A lot. I struggle to believe that they can take a knockout using... Oh, they can just Protect. I kind of assumed they wouldn't have it, since they took their sweet time dancing around that, so I assumed they didn't have it. It was a bit of a silly prediction to buy into, but it's what I did, and it might cost me the game. At this point, I'm going to bet on surviving a Terra Dark Throat Chop, which is not unbelievable. And I'll overheat the Porygon 2 to get it lower so that I can use Heat Wave or whatever it is that I need to use to win the game. Close combat. Let's go. Whether they misclicked or tried to predict a switch, I don't know. Either way, Throat Chop would have been better, but they didn't do that, and that's massive. I'm chipping down that Porygon a pretty substantial amount. At this point, I can go Heat Wave pivot to Incineroar, and I don't see how they win this. super consistently. I think throat chop probably still goes the distance, but you know what? That's not a bad position because I'm getting Torkoal to the field with fake out pressure. I've got Torkoal on the field. How do I win this guaranteed? -1 Sneasler. I protect Torkoal for the turn. Knock out Porygon 2 and then I win, right? I'm pretty sure I win. Yep, they protect, makes sense. They protect, makes sense. My protect goes through. I thought my protect was meant to fail there, but okay. Not a huge deal. Because I can still just overheat Flare Blitz. That should still, generally speaking, provide a situation that's good for me. Why do they keep close combating? The first time you're like, yeah, I know, it's a mistake. But against Ghost type Incineroar, that's not going to work. I thought that was pretty well established on the first time it happened. They finally go for the Throat Chop, but it's not enough to KO. I was right to gamble on it. Actually, no, I wasn't. I was wrong. But we did win, and we got the funny number. So, we played 4 battles, which is 2 more battles. Well, we played 5 battles, which is 2 more than we planned, but we don't mention the oopsie battle, because, we just don't. I'm getting messages from my friends, so I'm going to cut this one short. I don't think I need to really explain why this team was great. It was great, though. Yeah, no. I'm getting messages from my friends, so I'm going to head off. I'm cutting it short. Solid 4 out of 5 for me. I think it's pretty good. Is it the best team I've ever played? No. Is that more a reflection of my fluency with the team and my playstyle? Probably. I can't really knock the team. I know it's good, and I definitely enjoyed playing it. I know it's a bit rushed, but again, I'm getting messages from my friends, so I'm gonna head off. So, with that, see ya!